Well, hey guys, backyard scrapping here. I was sitting here doing this, and I know there's other videos on YouTube about it, and it's a little bit out of my realm of what I normally make a video about, but I'm going to show you what I was doing, or what I'm doing. Everybody knows right now that it's a real bummer to to get your hands on any kind of ammo right now. I mean, literally, our Walmart over here, I would say the last 2.5 to 3 months, every time I've gone in there, there's literally nothing. No Birdshot, no 22s, nothing. I mean, they have had nothing. And if they get anything in and you're not right there when they get it, you ain't getting it. So anyway, I had a old, well, actually what this is this is a split shot fishing mold, sinker mold. And you can make two different sizes of split shot with it. So what I did, and there is actually a load out there now. It's, I believe, I'm not going to quote any company names because I don't know who's making it or whatever's going on, but they actually are using split buckshot. So I figured if they're using, I think it was copper plated split buckshot, that if it works for them, it'll work for me. So I cast a bunch of these little split shot sinkers. These are actually the smaller of the two. These are about 7.5 millimeters, and these are the bigger ones, which are actually too big. They're not. They're just too big. You can't get them to lay in the shell right. But what I'm doing is I am actually making out of steel Birdshot. I've got number 6 steel Birdshot, and I'm turning it into 7.5 millimeter split shot or buckshot. The main thing I think, and the main thing that I've gleaned from everything I've ever seen about, everybody doing this on YouTube, or the videos I've seen on YouTube, an important thing is to make sure you don't overload your cartridge. Now, because these are just a field load or a Birdshot load. They're a fairly light load, and where I've seen a lot of people make mistakes doing this is they put too much weight in here. So about 31.98 grams, almost 32 grams is the load of steel shot that is in one of these. So you don't want to go over that. And 14 of these little 7.5 millimeter split shots weigh about 31.25 grams. 31.25 to about 31.33 grams. So it's actually a little bit lighter. But so that's what I'm doing today. I'm sitting in here. It's rainy. It's miserable outside. So I am just sitting here doing this, and this is all you do. I mean, and remember, you're doing this, everybody will tell you when you do something like this, you're doing it at your own risk. I don't advise anybody do this unless you're somewhat familiar with what you're doing. Same thing with my refining. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. But that's all you do is kind of just open this. I try to do as little damage to the crimp as I can. Then I actually take a plier and pull my crimp open so as not to damage it too bad. And all you got to do is get it open enough to get the shot out. And just pour your shot out. And don't throw your shot. Now this steel shot you can actually use for tumble polish in your silver, but the only thing is it's probably it's not stainless steel, so you got to make sure you dry it or it's going to rust. But these little pellets, you can either sell them on eBay or use them to harden something in a tumbler, but there's a use for them, so it's not like you're going to just be throwing them out. Now once I get those out of there, I don't mess with my shot cup at all that's inside. because I actually want that. And I just take and more or less open this up. This is a little glass stirring rod. You can use whatever you got. So there basically is my opened shot shell, empty. Now there's a little shot cup in there that holds the Birdshot, and 14 of these, when you put them in there, only comes to about right here. So you actually have to put in a little spacer. I forget what they call these. There's a name for them. I don't know what it is. If you look this up, you can see that there's whatever the specific name is. But I have a 17 millimeter die, or not a die, but a cutter to cut cork or whatever. So I just actually take it, put it on here. I'll put this on my thing like that. Now I'll do it over here on my stand, but here, in fact, let me pause for a second. We'll go ahead and just make one. Okay, so there it is, guys. I take this, just put it on here like that. Just whack it with a hammer, and out comes my little, just watch, because these things are sharp. Out comes my little wafer there. So like I said, there's a name for them. I don't know what it is. Let me turn this back now. Hang on just a sec. Okay, so you got your little wafer here. Well, I don't know, maybe a little more than 1/8 of an inch thick. And I just do that. I want to keep this as intact as possible. Put that down in there. Make sure you get it flat in the bottom. And then evenly load in your pellets. And when you've got them, you know, shake them so that they line up. And with that little card in there, or whatever you want to call it, now you can see you've replaced your steel shot with a form of split buckshot. I'm sure you can buy regular buckshot if you can get your hands on that right now. Then I just simply close the crimp around it again like this. My small ball peen hammer is the perfect size, and then I can push the top in. Crimp is closed. Shot is tight. We haven't swelled the cartridge at all. And we now have, instead of a 6.5 Birdshot or squirrel shot, we have a 7.5 millimeter split buckshot. And to make sure that I don't make any mistakes, I take a little bit of 90% isopropyl alcohol, and that takes this writing right off of the shell. And then I take my marker and I mark it SS 7.5. Then I know that that shell is actually loaded with a 7.5 millimeter split shot, 14 of them. So that's all I'm doing today. Like I said, it's a miserable day outside. It's rainy. I thought you guys might be interested in this. Like I said, that's, you know, these I actually got before Christmas. In fact, I actually got them in November, and I haven't, I think I got them right after Thanksgiving, and I have not seen anything since. I mean, I got one box of 22 bullets, I think, at our Walmart since then. And I just happened to be there when they were putting them out. So, if you are limited to only Birdshot, there's an easy way to make a good home defense round, or a defense round, or a hunting round, as far as that goes. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. Check them out, guys. Always be safe. Like I said, I don't recommend doing this unless you're pretty well sure you know what you're doing. You know, you've got to have some familiarity with this stuff. And believe it or not, I work with stuff that's far more dangerous than these guys. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, it's just a quick little pop-in video on a rainy day. So, you guys take care, be safe, and we will see you all in the next video.